Okay, so today we have a post hole digger, and it could be deceptive because it looks like a 2-cycle engine, you know, fuel oil mix, but it's actually a 4-cycle. So it's going to take regular gasoline. It has an actual oil reservoir. Okay, so the priming bulb is not pulling fuel out of it. There is a crack in this hose right here. So what I'm going to do before I get too much further into this, I need to see if the carburetor works. So I'm going to rig up a gas can so we can hook it up to there and basically let the fuel drain down into it. Gravity feed. All right, so have my gas can. Now I'm going to take this hose off. Okay, so it looks like we got some good news. It's running on its own. Got gas coming down from it. It's idling. So it looks like we just have to do what he said and place the fuel lines and the priming bulb. Get to that priming bulb. It's not in a good spot to get it replaced. I have an option of taking the gas tank off or the carburetor, and I might regret doing this, but I thought the carburetor might be easier. There's two Torx bolts down here. Now, of course, I made a mistake there, and what I did was I grabbed the Torx bolt with my hemostat so I wouldn't drop it. That's your mistake. You should always drop these just so you can have a bad day. Okay, so there is our carburetor and our priming bulb. It actually looks like it's in pretty good shape, but since he wants it replaced, we'll go ahead and replace it. Take this off so you can see better. We don't need the hose. Now these are even better to lose, because there is no way you'll find these little screws. So make sure you chuck one across the yard. Now they do make magnet screwdrivers, or you can buy a magnet to magnetize your screwdriver. That way it'll force you to throw the screw across the yard to lose it. And then you just take that, that holds the priming bulb. You take the priming bulb out of it. This goes on one way, so you're going to want to make sure you get that directionally correct. Okay, so here's a new priming bulb. I keep these in stock. And you want to make sure that you drop your screwdriver across the shop or the yard or whatever, and then you got to spend 20 minutes hunting around for it. The problem is you can't charge the customer for that, so that's all on you. That works. Shot gas right into my glasses. I've noticed that it saved my eyes from pain a lot since I started wearing glasses. Okay, since the carburetor's off, it'll make it a little bit easier to reach the gas tank so we can get our hose fuel line replaced. Okay, so I'm going to put a fuel line on, but first thing I gotta do is I gotta kind of put a tip on this hose here so I can get it through the hole. So you'll see a tip now. Make sure there's nothing that's going to catch as you get it through the hole. So what you're wanting to do is be able to get enough into the hole that you can grab it with your hemostats. I hope YouTube doesn't take my video down because I just said that word. I don't know. This one's going to be pretty tough. Since this is a grommet, just a little bit hanging out, so I need to do some more. Okay, so I took the grommet out because it was easier to get the hose through. The problem with this is the grommet hole isn't big enough for the hose that I need to use for the intake. The intake is a large fitting, so it was a real struggle to get it through. Now I want to do the discharge. So that's the intake. That's where the gas comes in at, and then the discharge is where the gas goes out when you're priming the tank. And this hose, I can use a smaller hose, so it won't be quite as bad. And this is the discharge, so I don't need it very long. So I'm just kind of shoving it in with the screwdriver, and that went in pretty good. So I'm going to try to pull some of this garbage out of the gas tank. There's the old hose and filter. See if there's anything else. Okay, so I'm going to pull the new hose out. We're going to put a filter on it. Oops. So I got a filter here. We'll pop that on. Pretty simple. Drop that back in the tank. Try to get it down there as good as possible. Alright, so now we'll put the carburetor back on. These bolts slide in and out right here, so I keep pushing it in by accident. See? Alright, so we'll put the cover back on. Now we got the bolts to kind of stay in the right spot. Hope they stay. They kind of stayed. So So hope I can inspire you to do what you want. Don't let the society tell you how to live your dreams. Thanks for watching.